And I was doing my first year MBBS when I told my father that, no offense to all the doctors sitting here, I know you're doing a wonderful job. I just realized at one point in my life that no, it's not for me. And I went to my father and told him that I think, I want to apply in, some different field. And I remember that I saw an advertisement in a newspaper of Pakistan Air Force. And I went to my father and I told him that, I want to apply. And I was just prepared, standing in front of my father. I know that he will say me that, are you crazy? Why do you want to do it? You have a, wonderful career. And I told my father, and I was, just prepared that, no, he's going to say this. And he looked at me and said, okay. And I just said, wow, it's such an easy thing that, okay, go apply. And I remember that the first day when I was in the selection center, there were so many people. It was just, all over Pakistan they applied. And in the end, only 2 of them, are allowed to, appointed as to enroll in the Air Force. So I had a doubt within myself, if I'll be very honest, because we want to be confident that yes, we can do, but there is some voice back in our head that tells us that maybe or maybe not will be able, what will happen. So I applied and crossed my fingers. I was not believing that I can be among those 2. And once I cleared my ISSB, I still remember when I got the recommendation letter. I said that I am those 2. How can I reach to this point? I remember that I went to the medical college and I told my friends that, okay, now I'm just packing my bag and I go. And they were like, you are going in Air Force? Yes, we are. And I told them that I'm leaving for the Air Force. And I had a wonderful time. That 1 year I spent in the medical college, and they gave me a wonderful farewell that is still memory with me. When I entered in the Air Force, I still remember that my father told everybody that now she's leaving the medical college, and again I told you that the society has a way of convincing you that what they are saying, they know you better and they know your skill better. So they told my father that you're making the biggest mistake of your life, that she'll be settled if you go into a medical college, and why are you sending her into a male-dominant domain in which she never stood a chance. That when she will go, they will not succeed because it's such a tough field. They told my father that I think you should not do it. And my father told me that she's my daughter and I trust her. And if she wants to go there, then there's no force except Allah in the world that can stop her from going. And I still remember. My father, it was the last day in my home, and the next day I had to report in the academy, and my father told me that, Isha, look, brave are those who burn all their boats and they never look back. So you should consider that you've burned your boats tomorrow when you go in the academy, and you will not look back. So I was very scared. Personally, if you'll ask me, I said that I felt like my father had kicked me out of the home. He said that don't come back, just go and move forward. I remember that when I enrolled in the academy, the first day, it was just different, and it was just a horrible experience, I'd say, because there were so many men. I still remember I entered in the auditorium and it was just my course, and in my course there were 123 male and only just 2 female. And there is no difference. I know the people outside, they believe that in Air Force maybe they'll treat the ladies as per ladies, but there's no such thing as that. They treat the training at par. There's no discrimination. If you want to succeed, you better be equal to them. Otherwise, there is no special treatment for ladies. So I started my training. It was 1.5 years of the education that we go through. After that, we started flying. I remember the first day when my instructor, initially when we fly, there's an instructor with us who take us in the aircraft to tell us that, okay, the basic controls, like somebody who's learning the driving for the first time, somebody is taking them, they're showing that, okay, this is the clutch, this is the brake. So it's similar with the aircraft as well. And I know my instructor, he's just, we were in the air and he's told me, okay, this is straight and level, you can turn. And I was just thinking, where am I? This is not me. This is not for me. This is too difficult. How will I be able to fly the aircraft? And in the Air Force, it's such a setup that after 12 missions, we say, means you can say that after 12 hours of flying, they give you the solo aircraft so that you can just take. So for a common man, it's just 12 hours, and then you take a solo, means your life hanging on by the thread. So I remember I told my father that I will not be able to make this. This is not for me. I think I've made the wrong decision. And my father told me that, have you ever tried? I said no. So he said, if you've not tried, how will you know that you can do? So I asked you, just please try. You know, just to, we had a check mission before the solo mission. So my father told me that, you know, you just believe in yourself and you go. And if you'll not be able to make it, then believe that maybe it's not for me, or maybe Allah has not kept anything for me. But you will not give up before trying. And Alhamdulillah, when I went on the solo check, I remember that when we landed, my instructor told me that, yes, now you want to go on solo? And I looked at him and I said, are you giving me you are allowing me to take the aircraft alone? He said, okay, go. And I remember the first takeoff I made, I had tears in my eyes. I can't believe that, at such a young age, I've been able to take off alone and to successfully land alone. And at that time, I had nothing in my mind. I was so nervous that I just wanted to land it and I just wanted to be back alive and safe. That's all I wanted to do. And Alhamdulillah, this is the one aspect. The other aspect is that I've been with so many male. I mean, it's a male-dominant society for obvious reasons. And I want to say that we all living outside think that, male, they pull you back, and your colleagues, they don't appreciate women. But I see that my male counterparts, they've been building, they're the strong force that actually kept me moving ahead. They're my brothers. They used to make fun of me. We used to, hang out together. We used to have food, dinner, everything together. And they are my, what to call it? I mean, they are truly my brothers. And Alhamdulillah, it's been 7 to 8 years of a journey, and I've been there, I'm still with them. And they still make fun of me whenever some new person comes and they just, they start a enrollment of my skills and they just make fun of me and everybody laughs. So Alhamdulillah, after that I flew T-37, K-8, I had a few pictures with me. I forgot to show that when I was in the cadetship, my father visited me. And I was just scared, a cadet, that I should not get checked, and I was showing to my father. This is the graduation, and Alhamdulillah, in the COVID. This is me doing These are my colleagues, and one of them really. I was not able to climb onto their wing, so two of them helped me to, okay, sit here now, okay, we'll be making a picture. So they have been just truly built, okay now. After K8, I have to start my journey. After K8, they have this, we have to go, this is like a day of judgment. It's, we get a letter that in which aircraft we are going for a further conversions. And before me, there was no female pilot in F-16. So I was not also expecting this. I thought, I will not be able to make it, for obvious reasons that nobody has been through, reached to that point, that I will not be able to reach to that point as well. And when I got my selection letter, everybody was surprised and I was shocked and worried. That why they have put me in F-16. I thought that they are making a wrong choice. But to talk about everybody else, even I thought that they are making a wrong decision. And I talked to my father, and he said that you are crazy, this is the greatest weapon system of Pakistan Air Force. How can you say such a thing? And I told my father, no, this is the end of my career. Now I should pack my bags and I should go back home because I should just forget flying because I won't be able to make it. Again, my father told me that I don't know why before trying you say that you won't be able to do it. First try, and if you will not be able to make it, then you come to me. And I remember that everybody, even when I entered into this pond, everybody was used to say that, will she able to do it? Will she able to pull the 9 Gs? Most of you don't know what Gs are. It's a phenomena that we experience in the aircraft. It's the gravitational force. So when you pull the aircraft against the gravity, there is a strong force on your body which causes your blood to go from your mind to your feet, and you can go unconscious if you're not, practice the exact exercise. And 9 Gs, F-16 is capable for 9 Gs, alhamdulillah, and it does 7 Gs, is extreme amount of Gs that a normal human body cannot sustain. So everybody used to ask that, will she be able to pull the 9 Gs? And to my shock, even I used to ask myself, will I be able to pull 9 Gs? But I remember that when the first flight of F-16, the highest commander, he took me with himself. He said that I wanted to show you, for you to believe that you can do this. I still remember the first time I took aircraft, he told me from back, he said, congratulations, you're the first female pilot of Pakistan who took off in that aircraft. And I said, at that time I thought, because it was my first flight, so I thought to myself that I think that this will be the last of the flight, because then I will not be here. Because again, after 10 missions, you have to fly this solo. And at that time, me underconfident self, I thought that, no, I think this is not for me. And again, I went through the check mission, and alhamdulillah, by the grace of God, I'll be able to get this solo. And that day, when I actually took off in that aircraft, I was no less than grateful to Allah, because it is because of His blessing that I was in the air. Because personally, if you ask me, I never believed in myself that I can reach to that point. And I had extreme tears in my eyes. I still remember that when I was landing, I looked around and there was just the wings of the aircraft. It's a beautiful feeling. And I looked around and said that, how can a person like me ended up in such a place like this? And I just had tears. And when I remember that I was texting back, I saw my commander standing there, just to welcome me, because they wanted me to feel that thing that, it's different. It's, I was the first one. They wanted to cherish that feeling with me. And this is the first time mobiles were not allowed in the Air Force area, but they brought up a cameraman with them. My commanders, they're so senior to me, but they brought a cameraman so that they can take my pictures and give it to me to keep it as a memory. And they were all standing there. They took these series of pictures of me coming down the aircraft, and he's the commander. I'm still very grateful to him, because I'm telling you that people believe that, I'm not saying that there are not people who want to pull you down, but I want to say that there are a lot of men who wants to pull you forward as well. And they don't believe in this discrimination concept. They just believe in hard work, that if you do the hard work, then you will be able to make this. Alhamdulillah, I've been through 2 conversions. Currently, I'm posted in Pakistan, Air Force PM base Shahbaz, Jacobabad. And when I got posted in Jacobabad, it's most of you who know that it's the hottest place in Pakistan. It's just a desert. But whenever I see this beautiful aircraft, I say that everything is worth it. I don't care if I'm in Jacobabad or I'm in any place. If they allow me to fly this, it's everything is just amazing and fine. And this is the celebration. It's their ritual in the Pakistan Air Force that when you do your first solo, they throw water and foam on you so that you feel that. So they, when I came back to my vlogs, they celebrated my first solo with me, and I'm very grateful, because sometimes the people around you, they make you feel special. You don't feel that much special, but when they treat you that way, then you feel that, okay, maybe I did something at least. And these are the pictures when we have our graduation. So we can, go to the aircraft, and we can, for one day, we can at least become a model, and we can, keep it as a memory. I still remember I had my colleagues standing there and said, okay, no, you should go, this is your day, okay, just take the pictures, and they were all looking, they think her model mode is on now. No one can stop her. And my father recently visited, these are all of my colleagues, and I want to say that it's very, most of you must have experienced it is very difficult to, stay there when there's a male-dominant society. It's not just that I don't have a family there, I just live alone, everybody is male. But I'm just so grateful to them because they say, oh, you are alone, okay, come to our home. Because most of them are married, so they always include me, they always call me at home for dinners so that I don't feel alone. And I feel like that you don't find such wonderful people in life, and you should cherish and be grateful for what Allah and these people have given you. And this is my long picture again, my model mode is on. This is my father, he recently visited, and this is a beautiful feeling that he had tears in his eyes. That he has tears in his eyes, and he said that, I took him to the aircraft, and he said that I have never thought that I would be able, but just because of you I am here. And I was so grateful to him because of his efforts, and because of his belief in me, I was able to, be able to stand in front of you and talking. And I always believe that it's the saying that behind every successful man there is a woman. But I say that behind every successful woman there is always a supporting man behind who's telling you should do better, you dare give up, that we will pull you forward. And in the end, I conclude by saying that I'm very young, I don't have much of a life experience, and it's just a beginning. But from what I have learned in my life, I believe that the society has a way of telling you that you should do this, you should do that, and there is no career progression in there.